Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? What it is, man. IlFam79 in your social media choice. At Where's Buffy. What's going on? As you can see, is Solo Dolo tonight. Probably be a real quick show. Real quick, but I figured we give y'all a little something at least, you know what I'm saying? Just to hold niggas down, man. Shout out, you know what I mean, everybody in the room. Um, Hey man, before we get to anything though, be sure to send at Where's Buffy a follow. I mean me, IlFan79, like I said, in your social media choice. Um, so what's up, man? It's Friday. It's been a week. You know what I'm saying? It's been a week. Uh, no weather breaking. Things seem to be pretty cool. A lot going on in the world, man. As a matter of fact, man, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and start the show.
Welcome to the Where's Buffy podcast, where we're built for comfort and not for speed. Hashtag shooting the five.
You already know what it is, man. IlFam79, your social media choice, aka the on editors of the podcast, and Captain Brew Albano. Brew Diamond Phillips, Sticky the Dragon Steamboat, Pod Champ, Pod God's favorite podcast, the Potty Piper. I'm here to podcast Shoe Bubble Gum, and I'm fresh out of Tin Ice. And I am tag team partner list this week. What's going on, man? We just a real quick show, just to, you know what I mean, just to keep the algorithm going. What's going on, man? It's been a week. Like we said, we start the week off like we usually do, man, with the good, the bad, the ugly, man. This week was good. They named the street for Black Rob in Brooklyn. Shout out to Black Rob, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Panda. What's going on, baby? They named the street for Black Rob out in Brooklyn, man. You mean rest in peace, Black Rob. It's good to kind of, see that New York at least pays homage consistently to the hip hop legends out there, man. That was dope news, man. The ugly this week is the good. I get a notification on my phone earlier this week. The phone goes off, and I'm looking down, and it's Crocs. Now, if niggas know me, niggas know fam don't rock with Crocs. Like, period. Like, that's just not me. That's not what I do. I'm not a Crocs nigga at all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why is I getting a Crocs notification? And I guess the algorithm had figured out that I do partake in the Wu-Tang part of the internet. And they made an announcement on Wu-Tang Crocs. First of all, I just really don't understand the obsession with the prison shoes. You know what I'm saying? The prison shoes just ain't. I can't rock with them anyway. It's just not my bag. It ain't my bag. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my cup of tea. So I look at them, and it's three. It look like a yellow Croc and a they got a pair of yellow Crocs, they got a yellow pair of black Crocs, and then there is some yellow Croc slides, which I guess has the little piece on top, so you can still put the little charms in it. Now the Wu-Tang charms, or whatever you call them, are like 50-cent piece size, like they're giant, right? You know what I'm saying? And then so it's like it's just a giant Wu-Tang symbol over some, you know what I'm saying? Ways that he got him on the way out. The slides are probably the most acceptable. I mean, they slides, they just got the little holes in the top. I'm not really mad at the slides, right? I can't do the jail joints. I can't do the prison shoes, but the slides don't look horrible. They are yellow. so you can hear them joints on the way. But you know what I mean, with the big Wu-Tang logo. I mean, that's what's up, man. I've been waiting. The Wu-Tang license has been weird, right? Because you see Wu-Tang merch everywhere. Um, Vince said they're gonna sell them at Ghost Coffee Shop. Get the Crocs away from the coffee. Hey, yo, Lord, get the Crocs away from the coffee, fam. Nah. But said they wouldn't let him cop one of each color. Hey, Wayne, man, stop wearing them Crocs. Just get the slides and get up out of there. But yeah, I can't rock with the regular Crocs, but the slides are acceptable, man. You're gonna go ahead and get you some, go and get you some, man. But I'm like, yo, you see the shirts in Walmart, you see these shirts like Hot Topic and all these other places. Where are the Wu-Tang Clan pop figures, right? Like, what happened to the pops, the Funko Pops? You know what I'm saying? What happened to them joints? Like, we need those. Niggas got Funko Pops of almost everybody you can think of. It's Sanford and Son and goddamn George Jefferson Pops. There's goddamn every football team you can imagine. I've seen Prince, James Brown, Rick James. I got the Rick James. Run DMC. Like, it's all sorts of Kid and Play. All sorts of pops, man. They need to put out Wu-Tang Pops. The problem, though, becomes they put out the Wu-Tang Pops. They're going to probably, first, they're probably going to put them out as a set. You talk about $100 on Pops, right? Because Pops usually average, what, $10, $12? Could be. I would check, but I don't think they ever made them. Like, I don't think they ever sat down and made them. But you're talking, what, 10, between 10 and 12 a pop for the Pops. You know what I'm saying? You're talking 10 members if they put a Capadonna one out, or a Master Killer one. It might be 11. Ain't no telling, man, but I would kind of, I hope they put them out and then they're decent, like fairly decent to get. Because if not, man, they held out all this time and now it's going to be tough like some Jordans. Come on, man. Vince said he was neutral on Crocs until he saw they had sold something called Croc Butter. Now I'm firmly against them. All right, I got to ask it, man. What is Croc Butter? Like, is it something to put on your feet to either A, keep them joints moisturized, or keep them joints moist like your feet, or keep them comfortable like from chafing in the Crocs? Joe said that's a gallon of gas. Yo, that's insane, man. Gallon of gas, nigga. It's really that's really the ugly this week, man, is the price of gas. Just it make you rethink. Hey, yo, can you come scoop? No, I'm not going out the house. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? The gas, nigga, I'm going home and work. You know what I'm saying? It's almost worth the plane ticket everywhere now at this point. Because you say you fill up twice, you just spent $200 one way. You know what I mean? Depending on where you're going. So yeah, man, it's adding expense to everything. The one thing I found out this week, pro tip, if niggas fool with apps, right? So if wherever you get your gas, they got like an app. A lot of them are offering discounts directly through the app, like you would pay through the app for your gas. So if you know what I mean, you in the jam with some bread, go on out there and get you one of these apps, man, and go ahead and download that and pay for the gas, then save you a couple bucks. Bank says y'all remember the video with Charlie Baltimore and Ghostface when he was wild on. So that would never be the same again? Was that a joint? Yeah, yo, what happened? Where is Charlie Baltimore? Charlie Baltimore is truly falling off. Shout out to Charlie Baltimore. I don't know where she at, in the world, but shout out to her. Vince says it apparently used to make your Crocs shiny. Comes with a Croc sponge, and you're expected to glow up your Crocs. Huh. That's a fact. Joe says every move is calculated. Ain't no running to the corner right quick. That is a whole fact, son. You definitely not just running to the corner. So, listen, I, I I move out for work, food. You know what I'm saying, and maybe to get my morning caffeine. That's it, man. Um, I ain't all over tarnation. The gas is really, really wilding out here, man. Um, but the other ugly man, R.I.P. Trouble, you know what I'm saying? Rapper passed away last week, you know what I mean, after we went off. So yeah, man, rest in peace to his people and all that, man. That's gonna take us into my favorite segment though. The release a segment where we put y'all on to something dope that came out this year. And for me, well, I'm sorry, this week, my apologies. This week, man, I guess Miss Marvel came out for on Disney Plus. Miss Marvel is a new Marvel property where they trying to, because they're going more cosmic, I guess, with all the like the space and more magical and less like, like just regular like Michael Bay type violence. Everything is getting like magical and mystical, and it looks like Miss Marvel is going to add on to it. The first episode came out this week, and it was pretty decent. It's a very different audience. Like it looks like the audience for the show is kind of trending younger. So that being the case, if you are expecting, I don't know, Hawkeye or you know what I mean, one of the more violent or more like adult-oriented shows, you're probably not gonna like where they're going with this one. This definitely seems like it could be on like Nickelodeon or Disney Net Teen Nick or something like that, man. So yeah, man. I liked it. First episode was pretty dope. I actually spent the last few days trying to catch up because it's a lot of stuff out right now, right? There's the Obi-Wan joint, which is going crazy. There is the Mayans, which is about to wrap up. That this is my personal rotation right now. So the Mayans, Obi-Wan. I just caught up on the boys, which is listen, if you haven't seen the boys and you're like especially dudes, right? Because it's like wild violence, but like over the top violence. It's entertaining though. It's very, very, very entertaining. But wild violence on there. And it's just it's a fun show, but definitely it's superheroes, but it ain't for the kids. It definitely ain't for the kids. It's like if they put the Justice League and Deadpool together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's a lot of shows. Go ahead and check, man. Go ahead and check that Miss Marvel out, though. I thought it was dope, man. And that's gonna take us into this week's Who Won the Record. This week's Who Won the Record is a joint called Demise from Ransom. And it's featuring Freddie Gibbs, and this is how you want, you know what I mean? They battling on the record. I think the record actually came out today. It's really good. Let's see. Joe says Ms. Marvel is a teen bop. My daughter had us binge Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. I just saw. I wasn't even sure what that was. I just looked at that on Disney Plus. I saw that in the menu. I was like, "What this is?" It looks interesting, but I'll check it out and see what it's about. I'll watch. I don't need everything to be uber violent, super grown up. Sometimes you like something like, something you can check out real quick and kind of enjoy with your people. You ain't got cut off when the kids come in the room, XYZ. But back to the record. The record's called Demise from Ransom featuring Freddie Gibbs, man. Really good record, really hard record. They are both really, really rapping on it, man. And it's hard, man. It's definitely tough. It's a tough little record, man. I enjoyed it. But Gibbs won the record, man. Gibbs is one of those guys, man. It feels like his penmanship doesn't really end, man. He's always working. There's always some new Freddie that you can tune into. And you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and check it out, man. Like I said, Demise, Ransom featuring Freddie Gibbs. I believe there's a project on the way. Gonna check that out, man. That's gonna take us into this week's Shooting the Five, hashtag ST5. Shooting the Five at Where's Buffy on all social media. This week's Shooting the Five is 5 things necessary. The weather has finally broken. It took a while, but 5 things necessary for a summer wardrobe. Niggas is kind of moving about the country. I know it's still, you know what I mean, COVID outside, and a lot of numbers is going up a lot of places. But niggas is mobile. People are outside. People are doing their thing. And I'm, you gotta have your, you know what I mean, your wardrobe in order, man. Top 5 things, no particular order for me. Top 5 things necessary for a summer wardrobe. Number 1, I'm gonna go with a bucket hat, my nigga, because you go outside and hats is necessary. But if you're gonna be outside like the beach or whatever, leaning on your neck, you're gonna need the brim to go all the way around the hat, man. Get you a fresh bucket. You know what I mean? The good folks at Polo always got a nice stock of bucket hats. Number 2, you get you some fly looks, man. Get you some nice sunglasses to go outside with. You know what I mean? You're getting some more sunshine and you're gonna be outside. You know what I mean? Protect them peoples, man. Get out there and get you some, you know what I mean, some nice sunglasses. Number 3, talked about the Crocs earlier. I don't care for them. But get you some slides. Get you a nice pair of slides. You go to the beach. You don't want to be the beach with no Timberlands on, fam. You don't want no goddamn, you know what I mean? You don't need any of that. Just go and get you a nice little pair of light sneakers. But I would say get some slides. You don't go out there with no sneakers. You don't want to be on the beach with no sneakers, man. Get your feet right. You know what I mean? You don't need to have socks on with them Jones. Just go out there, get your feet right, slide into some slides, and go on get right, man. Number 4, man, you gotta have like some lightweight shirts. You know what I mean? You don't want to go out here. You can't t-shirt niggas to death. And if you're gonna do some t-shirts, man, get some lightweight. You know what I mean? You want to be comfortable. It's gonna be hot. You know what I mean? And number 5, short. We're going to go with shorts, right? But I'm going to specifically say well-fitting shorts. Shorts that complement your build. You want to go out here and you 6 foot tall and listen, don't go out here and no speed. I mean, don't be out here in all kinds of wild, tiny shorts. These young ladies got y'all excited about. I believe they're calling them the Hoochie Daddy shorts. Yeah, don't do those. It's a terrible idea. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it ain't your body type, big fellas, leave them alone. This ain't our, you know what I mean? That ain't our playing field. We get out there, put on some nice fitting shorts. No jams. You don't want them all up underneath your knees. Nice to the knee. You know what I'm saying? But keep them comfortable. Light fabric, man. And that's my 5, man. ST5, you got a summer wardrobe requirement, man. Let us know at Wiz Buffy, man, on your social media choice. Other than that, hey man, in general, like with clothing, like when you get to a certain age, and I guess they're like benchmarks because you don't dress, they're different. Outstanding. Sorry, cuz you got to get right. You got to get right. You can't be out here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just run everything by the missus. The missus ain't gonna set you up 9 times out of 9. But like growing up, you go through different periods of like how you dress, right? Because you go through the period of time where like your parents like just completely dress you from baby on to whatever. Then it's the point where your parents are buying all your clothes, but you know what you like. You start kind of developing like, oh, the guy at school had XYZ. I like that. I want a jersey. I wanted this. I wanted that. And then once you graduate, the next point is you start buying your own clothes. But see, then there's usually some sort of like financial restriction when you first start buying. You're the only one buying your clothes because when you first start getting your own money, you're not earning a great deal of it early on. So then it's like, your financial limitations. And then it comes to a point where, all right, you fix your money situation and you dress how you want, right? But I believe I think like a lot of folks would think that is the final level. But I think eventually after get into your rhythm and figure out your aesthetic, you have to like you get to this final level where, all right, this is how I dress, XYZ. And now it's got to kind of be age appropriate, right? I'm not saying like don't wear what you want to wear, but you got to be wary of like kind of, how you present yourself, and people's perception is their reality, right? So when you go out here and you dress like 50 Cent in 2001 and you want to have a serious conversation with someone, a lot of folks aren't going to take you serious, right? So I think it's an interesting time. Like I'm at that point, right, where you can't dress fatty, right? Like everything ain't, well, let me follow this, let me follow that. So it's an interesting time now because you start to kind of, you have your natural aesthetic, but then you want to dress appropriately, right? Then it says you gotta wear you, but simple, appropriate. Can't just get the Gordon Gartrells because everybody, that's a fact. You mean you out here with the sleeve and asking Denise what's up? Yeah, the whole time. So then I was talking to some folks this week. Shout out Math, Mimi, Cal. It's like, yo, how do you develop that aesthetic, right? How do you develop your natural, like your adult aesthetic, where you're like, oh well, I like this and I like this, but I'm not going out every week and buying the brand new J's and whatnot. Now I have a son who, also wants XYZ. So now you gotta say, like, all right, we can't go out here Bopsy twinning, right? Like my son and I can't go out here dressed alike. That's goofy. He's 13 and I'm whatever age I am. You know what I'm saying? And so you just gotta kind of figure out, all right, how do I develop a look for me that really says me, but at the same time, I want to feel, I ain't gonna say cool, but you want to be somewhat fashionable when you step out of your front door. And I think the key to it is, man, it ain't brand names. It isn't brand names. It isn't what you see on TV everywhere. I think it's kind of simple. I think you go out and first you figure out, first of all, fit is king, right? The way the clothes fit. So if they come from Walmart or they come from Gucci or whatever, if it don't fit right, you are going to look goofy either way, right? So fit is king. You don't want it too tight. And then know what you got body-wise, man. Know you a big fella. Listen, don't come out here with them, you know what I mean? Know your size. Don't come out here ill-fitting, because it can work both ways. If it's too big, it make you look bigger. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's too tight, you see every nook and cranny, and you out here looking like you ready. You know what I mean? You like a busted can of biscuits. That cannot be the case, right? So make sure your clothes fit. Do not be afraid of a tailor, right? Don't go out, like you buy a pair of pants, and especially for the big fellas, right? The pants is wide this way. You know what I'm saying? And they wide this way, so you got a square pair of pants. When they cut those legs on those pants at the bottom, they're not gonna fit. Like if you like to wear sneakers and whatnot, they're not going to show those sneakers off. Those pants are always going to be very wide at the bottom, and you have to learn. Listen, go to that tailor, get them pants tapered. You know what I'm saying? So it's a nice fit. So you're not out here slovenly, you know what I'm saying? Like Joe Clark was telling Steele. But yeah, I think once you get past fit, right now you're talking comfort and it's situational. You know what I mean? What kind of job you doing? Are you can you wear sneakers? Do you had to be hard bottoms? Blah blah blah. And if you're wearing sneakers in the casual situation, then you have to start going through that. Now, if you want to wear sneakers, on a in a casual situation, you got to be careful. You can get away with it, but you have to kind of tone it down. Certain, you know what I mean, certain silhouettes just ain't going to be rockable in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to be semi-professional. But it can be pulled off. It can definitely be pulled off, but you want to be comfortable, but everything needs to be functional. So you look for fit, function, and then fashion, right? Don't be afraid of colors. Most companies don't make certain colors during certain seasons. So you kind of just don't overdo it matchy. Like if you got a suit, you don't buy that package in the store that got like the pocket square and the tie. They're not supposed to be identical fabrics. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of work your aesthetic out where you can, get right, but be comfortable. And you know what I'm saying? Rock out and be, feel like you got a little, a little slickness, to yourself, a little swagger to it. Joe says online site has the big and tall fashion. Yes, sir. If you going to the big and tall, the DXLs of the world and all that, going on and get you right. You're gonna pay money. But you can get, if you don't need to have Polo and Nautica, and the cost, I think one of the bigger brands is over at DXL. But if you don't need all those brands, man, you can find decently priced big and tall clothing. But you're going to have to get some of that stuff tailored because you're going to be out here looking like a whole big square, or you're going to look like a busted can of biscuits. You got to, listen, fit is king, then function, then fashion. You know what I'm saying? Fit, function, fashion is the key to the game, man. That's the gym. Yeah, that bell bottom look, man, is terrible when you sit there and them goddamn pants is wide at the bottom. Not at all. They ain't gonna work, man. It's definitely not gonna work. Before we get out of here, we talk a little sports, I guess. Finals update. Boston up 2-1. I honestly don't know yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Boston did get one in Golden State, and they had to almost have a magical shooting night. So, you know what I mean? And then the following game, Steph got dang, Steph was Stephing, and the rest of the team was backing up. And then you look at game 3, and Draymond got less points in his jersey. Draymond, I don't know what he's doing, man. I mean, Draymond is getting a little older. And he ain't doing the things. He wasn't never no, dramatic score, but I thought he facilitated a lot of things on that team, man. Let's look a little iffy for Golden State, man. Golden State definitely ain't Golden State. If I had to pick now, I would say Boston and probably 6 right now. And finally, before we get up out of here, last story. Jack Del Rio of the Washington Commanders basically called the insurrection, a minor dust up. Underselling it. Mind you, this man is in the Capitol. He's in a privileged position of a coach. He's in a position of leadership. He's not a head coach, but he was fined today by Ron Rivera, the actual coach. Was it 10, 100,000, something like that? They're a good amount of money though. Hey, had to get him up out of there. He was definitely wilding. So shout out to Ron Rivera. He got it done. He definitely got it done. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna be on here belaboring the point. That's what I got for y'all tonight. I am IlFam79 on your social media choice, aka the Answer the Podcast, and aka Captain Brew Albano, Brew Diamond Phillips, Thinky the Dragon Steamboat, Pod Sham Pod, God's favorite podcast, the Potty Piper. I'm in the podcast, Chew Bubblegum, and I'm all out of Dentine Ice, man, at Where's Buffy on all social media, and at Black Wrestling, at Something Else Pod. Something Else Pod. That's no G. It's just something because ain't no G necessarily. I'm all the G you need, man. And that's what I got, man. I'm going to get up out of here, man. Thanks for rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the chat, man. And that's what I got. I'm going to take y'all out with one of the great songs of all time.
One more time. Oh, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, one more time.